Hi learners, मैं हूँ आपकी मैथमेटिक्स गुरु शिवानी मैम and as promised I have come back with the third and the concluding part of the chapter mathematical logic. As you know, this is the first chapter of your HSC syllabus, okay, and not only in the HSC syllabus, it is also very important for you further entrances like CUET or any other kind of entrance which you are applying for. So in the last class or lecture, we have seen the negation of statements, negation of compound statements. I'm continuing with that. थोड़ा सा और negation का part बाकी है. Let's go with the negation of quantifiers. Now quantifiers, we have seen there were two quantifiers. One was all values or the other was there exist. All was denoted with ulta A, there exist, we were denoting with ulta E. Now when we talk about the negation of all and there exist, all will be converted to some or there exist. So negation of all will become some, and similarly negation of some will become all. Okay, and definitely हम एक negative statement use कर लेंगे to make the complete sentence as negative. Now let's take the example, all girls are sincere. If we are taking all girls are sincere, so boys don't get offended. हम लोग यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं कह रहे हैं कि this is the statement, इसका negation भी बना रहे हैं. So when we are going with the negation of this statement, the negation can be written as all will get converted to some, girls are, and then sincere के साथ not add जाएगा as the negation thing, not sincere. Another way to write is there exists a girl who is not sincere. So any of the one you can follow. Definitely the easier one is all to some to all. Similarly, if we go with another statement that with the some part, that some bureaucrats are efficient. So some will get converted to all. It will become all bureaucrats are not efficient. Okay, some very simple rule over here for the negation of quantified statement. Now something very important again comes. This question usually comes for 3 marks and alternate year तो ये paper में रहता ही रहता है. The 3 statements which are going to give you 1 mark each are known as converse of a statement, inverse of a statement and contrapositive of a statement. This can only be applied to the conditional statements. Any other kind of statement will not have its converse, inverse or contrapositive. So let's see if we have a statement P to Q. P to Q means if P is there, then Q will happen. This sort of statement is there. So its converse is exactly opposite. Converse means हम condition ही पूरा change कर दे रहे हैं. This will become Q to P. Okay. So अगर आप main sentence लेके चल रहे हो, if a man is rich then he is happy. So इसका converse immediately हो जाएगा, if a man is happy then he is rich. Now इसमें आप logic का ये मत सोचो कि no this is not universally true. Okay, we are just going to convert the statement into the desired form. So don't go with the things कि okay fine ये answer true हो रहा है, false हो रहा है, किस format में आ रहा है, forget about those things. Just remember कि if your P is if a man is happy, Q is if a P is if a man is rich, Q is he is happy, then converse में ये opposite हो जाएगा. Okay, exactly Q condition पहले आएगी and then P will be there. Then you're having the next condition which is inverse. Okay, For the inverse statement, if P is to Q is there, then it will become negation of P to negation of Q. And contrapositive inverse का converse होता है. So when we go with contrapositive, it will become negation of Q to negation of P. अब एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं to understand this clearly. तो आपका पहला स्टेटमेंट था जैसे if a man is rich then he is happy. तो P है यहाँ पे आपका if a man is rich. And Q है आपका वहां पे that he is happy. ये दो स्टेटमेंट आपके बन गए. A man is rich and he is happy. जब आप इसके कन्वर्स पे आ रहे हो तो जस्ट स्टेटमेंट क्या होगा आपका? इसी का ऑपोजिट. ऑपोजिट इन द सेंस दैट विल गेट दैट इफ अ मैन इज हैप्पी ही इज रिच. जस्ट द ऑपोजिट इज इनवर्स negation of P to negation of Q. So if a man is not rich, then he is not happy. You just have to add the not over there. And contrapositive is inverse का opposite आता है. If a man is not happy, then he is not rich. Again, once again I am telling, उसमें sense मत खोजना. Whatever answer you are getting, according to the rules will be your statements. Because we are not telling that these statements are going to be true only or false only. It can be anything. Right now what we are bothered about is that for this conditional statement, what should be the converse, inverse or contrapositive? Easiest way to learn is write these symbolic forms first. It becomes very easy to convert them into statement form. एक और common example ले लेते हैं हम यहाँ पे. Let's see, the example is the train reaches on time, okay, and Q is I can catch the connecting flight. So P is given as the train reaches on time and Q is I can catch the connecting flight. Fine. So when we are going with the statement P to Q, the statement actually reads as if the train reaches on time, then I can catch the connecting flight. Ab same statement ka, if I have to form the converse, so converse exactly क्या हो जाएगा? Converse will become Q to P. Means ये statement पहले if I can catch the connecting flight, then the train reaches on time. इसी में inverse दोनों को negative कर देंगे हम. Negative negation of P to negation of Q. That is your inverse. So if the train does not reach on time, then I cannot catch the connecting flight. And last one will be contrapositive. Which is negation of Q to negation of P. That if I cannot catch the connecting flight, then the train does not reach on time. So it's just the play of the words using the rules. Now we come to a very important point, which is the algebra of statements. यहाँ पे some kids do feel a little bit of trouble while solving it. बिकॉज मार्क्स आपको तभी मिल रहे हैं जब आप वो एल्जेब्रा में जो रूल या लॉ यूज कर रहे हो वो लॉ साथ में लिख रहे हो. तो दैट्स अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू लर्न द लॉज. नाउ वी हैव गॉट सर्टेन लॉज ओवर हियर. 9 डिफरेंट लॉज हैं आपके पास. फर्स्ट वन एज द मैथमेटिकल थिंग इज वी कैन से P और P is P, or you can say P and P is P. So if we are talking about the same statement, अगर दोनों true है तो answer true है, दोनों false है तो answer false है. So definitely this rule is known as idempotent law. The next one is the associative law. Associative law हमने मैथमेटिक्स में पहले भी पढ़ा हुआ है. Like if a plus b plus c, whether you add a plus b together or b plus c together, आंसर सेम आने वाला है. तो यहाँ पे यही चीज है, p और q और r. तो आप चाहे p और q को पहले कर रहे हो या फिर q और r को पहले कर रहे हो, आंसर आपका वहां पे सेम आने वाला है. Okay? So this is your second law, which is associative law. Third is commutative law. Commutative just states like a plus b is equal to b plus a, or you can say a multiplied b is equal to b multiplied by a. So same rule holds true over here. P or q is equal to q or p, or p and q is equal to q and p. ये simple laws हैं आपके. Distributive law mathematics में again ये भी पढ़ा हुआ है हमने. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन और एसोसिएशन में डिफरेंस को नोट करो. इन केस ऑफ एसोसिएशन बोथ द साइंस नीड टू बी सेम. अगर दोनों कंजंक्शन है तभी एसोसिएटिव अप्लाई होगा, या दोनों डिसजंक्शन है तब एसोसिएटिव अप्लाई होगा. बट इन केस ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव लॉ यू हैव टू हैव टू ऑपोजिट साइन. इफ P or is there, then we require Q and R, and then or become distributive over and. ये टू पार्ट्स में डिवाइड होगा, P और Q and P और R. ऑपोजिट वे में P and Q और R, so P and Q or P and R. So just for your memory, we can go with this. 2 multiplied by 4 plus 3 used to be there as 2 multiplied by 4 plus 2 multiplied by 3. You'll get the same answer. So it's 2 into 7, 14 आएगा. यहाँ पे 8 plus 6, 14 आएगा. So same manner में we are going to have the distributive law. Now we come to one more part, which is identity law. Now before I'm moving to identity law, एक और छोटा सा टॉपिक आपको मैं बता रही हूँ. The thing known as tautology. इसको हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं स्मॉल t से. सेकेंड इज कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. This we represent with small c, and the third part is contingency. इसके लिए हमारे पास कोई सिंबल नहीं है. We are just going with this. Now tautology means all the values of the answer or of the truth table for various combination should always be true. जब आपका लास्ट कॉलम ट्रूथ टेबल का ट्रू 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 आ रहा है, सो इट इज टॉटोलॉजी. एवरीथिंग इज ट्रू. दैट्स व्हाई हम इसको डिनोट भी करते हैं स्मॉल टी से. कैपिटल टी यूज नहीं करेंगे बिकॉज कैपिटल टी वी आर यूजिंग फॉर ट्रूथ वैल्यू, ट्रू. कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन जस्ट ऑपोजिट है. जब सारी वैल्यूज आपकी फॉल्स हो रही हैं, देन वी कॉल इट एज कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. सो कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन को स्मॉल सी से डिनोट करते हैं. एंड कॉन्टिंजेंसी मीन्स नो, आई एम नॉट वेरी क्लियर. ये भी हो सकता है, वो भी हो सकता है. तो सम वैल्यूज आपकी ट्रूथ हो सकती हैं, सम वैल्यूज आपकी फॉल्स हो सकती हैं. सो समटाइम्स आफ्टर फाइंडिंग द ट्रूथ टेबल दे मे आस्क, टेल वेदर इट इज टॉटोलॉजी और कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन और कॉन्टिंजेंसी. तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर फाइनल आंसर यू विल बी गिविंग द आंसर एज all truth. अगर आ गया है तो it is a tautology. If all false, it is a contradiction. And if it is both true and false in the answers, then this is your contingency. So when we are coming to this complement law or identity law, before that यहाँ पे हमारे ये tautology and contradiction use में आते हैं. So for the identity law, if P or C is there, okay, C is your contradiction. So understand this part. Contradiction means the value is false. So if P is true, your answer is true, and if P is false, your answer is false. So ये value ही आपका आंसर आएगी. This. and this becomes your identity. Similar way में अगर आप and के साथ हो तो if P and false, okay, or you can say P and contradiction, so final answer is coming as contradiction. अब whatever is the value of P, आपका answer जो है वो false ही होने वाला है. So you can see if P is truth, true and false is always false. If both of them are false, तो automatically answer false ही है. So this is your third law, which is your identity law. Fourth is the complement law. Now we know that a number and its negation complement each other. तो अगर एक पॉजिटिव है, एक ट्रूथ है, तो दूसरा डेफिनेटली फॉल्स है. सो कॉम्प्लीमेंट लॉ में इफ यू आर यूजिंग और, द आंसर विल ऑलवेज बी ट्रू, एंड इफ यू आर यूजिंग एंड, द आंसर विल ऑलवेज बी फॉल्स. Contradiction. Okay, so here we can see that if this is true, this is false, so your final answer will become true. And if this is true, this is false, you'll get the false thing in case of and. Once we are through with this, then we are moving to involution law, which is law of double negation. This we have also seen as the negation property, that negation of P is P. डी मॉर्गन्स, ये भी हमने पहले देखा हुआ है. negation of P और Q is negation of P and negation of Q, and negation of P and Q is negation of P or negation of Q. The last one is your contrapositive law, which is P to Q is negation of Q to negation of P. This also we have just seen when we were doing the converse, inverse and contrapositive. Now the question arises, how are we going to use these laws in our questions? So one way of proving mathematical statements is basically truth table. The other way of proving mathematical statements is actually using these laws, which is known as algebra of logic. So here let's see one question which we are going to see, and we are going to prove that question without using truth table. So the question, पहले मैं एक थोड़ा सा simple question से start कर रही हूँ so that you can understand well. P or Q and negation of Q is P. Okay. In general, when we are going with this, एक rule अभी हमने देखा है, okay, Q and negation of Q. So if Q is true, negation of Q will be false, answer false आएगा. Similarly, if Q is false, negation of Q will be true, answer will again be false. तो हम इसे लिखेंगे as C, which is your contradiction statement. And side में you have to write which law actually you have applied by complement law. And that is the reason ये topic यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा difficult होता है, which I told in the starting itself also, कि laws को लिखना is essential. Even though हमें कई बार answer आने लगता है, but sometimes we forget the name of the law. So please make sure that you learn the name of the law. Now P or C has come. So if P is true, answer will be true. If P is false, answer will be false. So your answer is actually dependent on P. So this was your left hand side which we have started with, जिसका final answer P आ रहा है, and your right hand side is also equal to P. And यहाँ पे जो हमने rule apply किया है, that is by identity law. So you can see just by using the algebra of matrices, we are able to reach to the right hand side. ये एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल था. एक क्वेश्चन और लेते हैं टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड, बट डेफिनेटली आपको और प्रैक्टिस करनी है. ट्रूथ टेबल तो फिर भी हो जाएगा आफ्टर लर्निंग द कॉन्सेप्ट. दिस वन यू नीड टू डू मोर एंड मोर क्वेश्चंस टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंप्लीट थिंग. Now let's see slightly bigger question over here. Negation of P or Q or negation of P and Q is actually going as negation of P. तो फर्स्ट हम लोग लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से ही स्टार्ट करते हैं. निगेशन ऑफ P और Q. तो फर्स्ट ये निगेशन को ओपन करेंगे बाय डी मॉर्गन्स या और दिस, ये आपको मिलेगा निगेशन ऑफ P एंड निगेशन ऑफ Q. ये पहला रूल मिल गया, डी मॉर्गन्स अप्लाई हो रहा है हियर और निगेशन ऑफ P एंड Q. यहाँ पे हम कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं, ओके, बिकॉज अभी वी कैन नॉट यूज एनी लॉ ओवर हियर. हियर साइड में प्लीज राइट बाय डी मॉर्गन्स लॉ. Okay? Now, once we have this, अब ये दोनों टर्म में you can see negation of P is used. So, this is distributive का open part. I can take that negation of P common. Okay? This and sign which is common to both of them. And बचेगा क्या आपके पास? Negation of Q or Q. So when you see this part, यहाँ पे we have used distributive law. So side में definitely write the name of the law, otherwise some marks will be cut. अब negation of Q और Q, अभी हमने ये देखा था complement law. So we are going to get negation of P, क्योंकि अगर Q आपका truth है सो दूसरी वैल्यू फॉल्स होगी. इफ Q इज फॉल्स द अदर वैल्यू इज ट्रू. तो और में किसी भी हालत में आपको आंसर ट्रू मिलने वाला है. ओके, सो दिस इज बाय कॉम्प्लीमेंट लॉ. एंड लास्ट वैल्यू इज negation of P and T. This is an identity. The final answer will depend upon this value. So answer is negation of P. So this is by identity law. And then you can say that you have reached the RHS. So this part can be solved once by truth table, or if they specify, then with the help of algebra of logic. Clear everyone with this particular part? Now we are coming to the last part of the chapter, which is Venn diagram. Venn diagram इसके पहले sets में हमने देखा हुआ है. Venn diagram is a way using squares, or you can say rectangle and circles, to show some particles or to show some relationship between the things. Venn diagram again is a very, very important part for the entrances point of view. एग्जाम में इसका बहुत कम पार्ट आता है, बट यू शुड नो द बेसिक वैल्यूज ऑफ दिस. समटाइम्स इट इज देयर इन फॉर्म ऑफ MCQs. मेन क्वेश्चन रेयरली इट इज आस्क्ड, बट MCQs में दे डेफिनेटली आस्क वेन डायग्राम. सो सर्टेन पैरामीटर्स विच यू हैव टू गो विद द थिंग्स. जो रूल्स ऑफ लॉजिक होते हैं यहाँ पे, सबसे पहले हम एक यूनिवर्सल सेट बनाते हैं जो कि आपका रहता है विद अ रेक्टेंगल. So every other condition has to be there within that rectangle. So few conditions. First we are going to see if we are dealing with two sets together. If both the values are identical, then we call that A is equal to B. If some parts are getting shared, okay, not the whole thing, but some parts are getting shared, then this is the common part for both of them. A and B is not equal to null set. Null set का मतलब वहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं है, empty set. Okay? And for the third thing you can see, if there is no relationship between A and B, so we'll keep A and B as two separate This definitely means A intersection B is empty set. ये 3 major relationship you will be seeing, and how we are going to interpret. Let's see the thing. So we are going to see some of the relationships and the words and the statements which can be connected to this. Now, when we are connecting these two, we are talking about disjunction. Disjunction means something is there और an and के साथ ये भी आएगा. So पहला आपका अगर statement है, all professors are educated. Okay? So if we have to express this in form of Venn diagram, all professors are educated. So एक big set आपका बन जाएगा for the educated people. So E will be the set of educated people, and professors उसी का part होंगे. The another set P comes inside this as the set of professors. Okay? So when we talk about all professors are educated, this full thing is denoted with U. U is the universal set. All educated people में P आ रहा है. This is known as the subset part. Means P is a subset of all educated people. Simple explanation है, simple logic है. You just have to think कि if all the values are there into one, then put that inside the bigger circle. अगर कुछ बाहर होता तो हम लोग एक next part पे जा रहे हैं. So here, next part when we deal with is equiangular triangles are precisely equilateral triangle. Now when you go with the understanding of that, equiangular triangle means all the 3 angles are equal, which is 60 degrees. Equilateral, again we know all the 3 sides equal, so they are 60 degrees. So for this, the Venn diagram will be only one circle, because whether I am talking about equiangular or equilateral, I am talking about the same set of things. So here when we are going with A is the set of equiangular triangle and B be the set of equilateral triangle. ये डिट्टो मार्क्स आप नहीं यूज कर सकते हो एग्जाम में. आई कैन डू इट ओवर हियर, बट आप प्रॉपर स्टेटमेंट लिखना वहां पे. सो दिस इज वन थिंग. नाउ अ स्टेटमेंट इज गिवन एज नो पुलिसमैन इज अ थीफ. सो नाउ व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट नो पुलिसमैन इज अ थीफ, देयर आर 2 डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज. अगर एक पर्सन पुलिसमैन है तो वो थीफ के साथ कंबाइन नहीं कर रहा है. So, इसको जब हम बना रहे हैं, it means they don't have anything common. So, पहला सेट आपका आएगा for the policeman, दूसरा सेट आ रहा है for the thief, and they are 2 separate sets. So, this shows that there is nothing common between the policeman and the thief. Clear? So, at the end you can write P intersection T is actually empty set. Now, let's understand when we have something common, like a statement, some doctors are rich. Now, if some doctors are rich, we'll be dealing with 2 sets of people. Say these are the doctors and these are the rich people. So, some doctors are rich, may we're talking about this common area where they are doctors also and they are rich also. So, D intersection R is not empty set. One very important thing जब हम लोग ये Venn diagram कर रहे हैं, please specify कि आपने जिस भी नंबर को represent किया है exactly वो क्या है. So, like specify, let D be the set of doctors, R be the set of rich people, then your statement D intersection R is not equal to 5 is your final answer. Okay. So, this is the way we can go with the statements which can be in the form of Venn diagram. So here, as far as the question is concerned, you can be given one statement or you can be given one diagram and you have to interpret it. So both ways, be very clear. Let's say this. Equilateral triangles are isosceles. Now we know isosceles में two sides equal होते हैं. Equilateral has all three sides equal. So automatically equilateral is a subset of all the isosceles triangle. तो आपका figure आएगा, let U be the universe set of all triangles, isosceles and equilateral triangles. Similarly, some quadratic equations have equal roots. So when we are talking about some quadratic, so U is the set of all equations, A is the set of all quadratic, and out of this, some of them have equal roots. The non-equal part will be the outside part. So you have to shade the part which is the required answer. So this particular part becomes your final part of this, which is your Venn diagram. Opposite way mein aa raha hai, the diagram will be given to you and you people have to understand. So if it's like these are policemen, actors, so this shows, see there is an intersection, some policemen are actors or some actors are policemen. यहाँ पे भी intersection हो रहा है, okay? Some politicians are human beings or some human beings are politicians. So depending upon that, we are going to go with the Venn diagram. So I hope this particular topic, mathematical logic, is clear to you. Definitely, what we have just done is like a ready reckoner so that you can revise the whole thing. Need to practice some more questions, need to do the things in more details independently to get a full grip on the chapter. But I'm sure with all the major points, you will be able to understand the chapter in a better manner. So I'll see you with the next chapter in the next video. Bye for now.